Yeah, like I said, time to put this to rest. I'm not sure how long this is going to take. If it 1.5 hours of the last core days and anything to go off, then it would be a good estimate, but guess we'll see. Guess we'll see. December 30th, 9:41 AM. Last day of the year, huh? Sheesh. Good morning, Max. Oh yeah, good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before going in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Magically day 3 appears. Oh, I sure fucking hope not. Teehee. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Chet, drink your milk. Milk is good for you. Regina. Actually, where did that milk come from? Never mind. Who's the goat bird? Who's bird? You're the good bird. I'm not the fucking dog. What the hell do you think you're doing? I'll break your skull. You bitch. Oh, fabulous! My sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today? Of course I did. Like somewhere last week, I heard someone say that the streamer needs to have more contempt for their audience. So, you know, I should kind of lean into that, huh? You're not a Connor, you know. Oi. Food is food. Mo told me that I should come and watch this. Mo said that? So, what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end? It's not that kind of show. Isn't it right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, nor even where she is. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience. Fabulous! Enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max. You're the best. And the problem is I still don't really know who the actual murderer is, though. Like I said, it might be Acro, but I don't really see why he would do it. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Top of the morning to you all. Yeah, everybody, let's get ready to stuck in legal limbo! How low can you go? Mo. Top of the morning to you, Governor. Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with energy in the morning. Maybe that's where I go wrong, because I have like 0 energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms like higher brain function. I feel assaulted. Hey Max, I brought you a present, have some milk. Oh my! Thanks. So how are you today, Wright? Well, I got the feeling that today is I'm going to face off against the real culprit. You mean Acro? Huh? You think he did it? Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line, literally. He's got the guts to spare. If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. Just means that I won't be able to press him like I can with all the witnesses. What are you going to do then, Nick? Yeah, I guess today we'll have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth. You're right, but it's going to be tough. Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. And she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. You want us to make sure Regina watches? Let the kid watch. Yes, that's what I brought her here for to go today. Oh, what's that supposed to mean? She needs to know when people die, they don't just become stars. People die when they're killed. Got it? I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. Is it okay if I clip that? Go ahead. Don't see why not. But yeah, like, I have no idea who actually committed the murder. Like, if it's indeed Acro as they said it is, we don't really have anything to tie him to it. Only other than the fact that he was, like, involved by the murder happened, and Max floated off, I guess, but... guess we'll see. Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. And the defense is ready, Your Honor. Is the owner ready? Is the judge ready, though? Very well, Miss Von Conway, you may proceed with your case. Prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events. What's the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. Order, order. I had a feeling something like this would come up. Due to this revision, we're now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation to the prosecution will present if the need arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders. Poor Gumshoe. Being Gumshoe is suffering. Very well. Please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work, or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. Even brought his birds. Name and occupation? Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Berry Big Circus. You can't go back to it? Oh. Where were you the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. Can't you go back to it when you open the video and like just go back to it? I'm not sure. If you look at the map, you will see if the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window. Night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. It was just after 10 PM and I was resting in my bed. Around that time I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then a few moments later I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's what it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. Can't blame you. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown. If that's the case, then there is very little the prosecution need add. All that's left to explain is how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There was no way that actually happened. Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination. I like us both, friends. It was just after 10 PM. You said that you were resting in bed. One would just assume that you turned the lights off in your room, correct? That's correct. But there are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright, sometimes it can make it hard to sleep. If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains? I never really thought of that. I guess it means I'm off to buy some curtains. Sometimes I do make myself useful in these chambers. Ow! The witness will proceed with his testimony. Chad, I'm not sure about you, but my room needs to be pitch black when I'm sleeping. Like, I would curtain that shit up like immediately. Or just like barricade it off even if I have no curtains laying around. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right? Yes. And you said that you were resting in bed. That is correct. But you were still able to hear a sound from outside. I was indeed. Pressing echo doesn't seem to get results. But maybe something was contradictory in what you just said just now. I don't know, there's a contradiction. It's a huge contradiction with the testimony that we just given. Objection! If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction? No? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, I fucked up. How do I back out of this? He himself because he's in a wheelchair? I know. This? What in the world is this? Ow! You just don't get it, do you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Why don't I get it? You're not going to be able to get through this one with your usual bluff routine. Your client looks to be ready to take off once again. Straight towards a guilty verdict. You're bluffing? I will not forgive any more mockeries made of this court. Whoops. Witness, would you mind repeating your testimony? Certainly. Phew, no punishment for that though. Oh, that's the second one that I did, right? Don't remember now. It was on the first floor. Okay, I did it. This was one. Still able to hear sight from outside. Yes, indeed. What's the matter, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. Until I can find a clear contradiction, should tread lightly. You let the smaller captain let the lights in? Why would you do that? It would drive me nuts. Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin, or perhaps a large action figure. Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, an action figure is plausible. You have no need to mince the words, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Testify to the truth and only the truth, just as if it were you, just as if you were with you that night. I believe it was a human. Damn, with the strength of this testimony. One of the record statement jives with the facts. What's the matter, Mr. Wright? Nothing. So this is going to happen on everything I pass? Oh no. The lighting in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. It's going to bed after all. So, with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window? The safety lights lit things up and up for me to see. But honestly, it was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside of my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white rose on the front. Did you see any of the other symbols? I clearly saw the cell cat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. Maybe there was something fishy with that latest bit of testimony? Bro, I have no idea how to proceed here. Better not overdo it. When did you start thinking that it wasn't a dream? That's not important. I believe that the prosecution has done a bit of maintenance on the witness's memory. Just to make sure, let's ask the witness. Ow! Objection! Sustained? Don't sustain that! Necro must be lying about what he saw, right? Of course he is. Now the challenge will be to expose his lies in court. Well, put the pedal on the metal, Nick. Oh, I got no idea. I got no idea. Press this one further. Also still clearly see which plug by window. It's gonna turn out that it was the bus that knocked him out, right? It's a contradiction, because the head was found on the floor, I guess. It's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction? Yeah, because the head was found on the floor, right? You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The cell cat. What about the cell cat? I saw the Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state I'm in. Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame, because you would have noticed the cell cat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's cell cat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has two cell cats? No, this is a handmade one-of-a-kind mold made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand. Fibbing. Order, order. As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Okay, Nick. Well, I'll open my big mouth and now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today? It's a grudge against Max. Acro is dreaming. Acro is the real culprit. I mean, he doesn't really have a grudge against Max, does he? I mean, it's Regina's fault that the brother died, so he wouldn't have a grudge. He's the real culprit, I guess. Your Honor, on this occasion the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion? Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Barry. Mr. Wright, are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab it into the audience's heart and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by this theatrics. Trying to row the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. Really? You don't believe me? Just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to be almost scary. He is staying rather calm and collected. Why was it about that? Mr. Dingling, do you have any responses to the defense's accusation? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's true. I understand that Mr. Wright was just trying to help his client. But dragged this by accusing me of murder of all things. See? Even a sliver of common sense makes it clear that the accusation is ludicrous. She's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man. Phoenix is a poopy hat. See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got the doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand on his own power. Maybe the defense is planning to make a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice. What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? Of course he did. Now then, this must be where we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice. Not this time, from Karma. What? You're not going to sucker me into this one. What are you blubbering on about, Mr. Wright? There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed his murder all by himself. Give me a second, chat. Let me get that real quick. There we go. Order, order! What are you getting at? Way to keep him on toes, Nick. Now I'm going to have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show Acro murdered Russell Barry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? I know what I can do. Can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Alright, let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright? If this witness is the killer, then this eyewitness account is all lies, right? Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling? In his room. So my theory is that he used ropes and he swung like the bus down or some shit to murder him. He was obviously here the entire time. That's Acro's room? Pretty simple, eh? Acro was unable to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can be only one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. What? Are you nuts? What are you saying, Mr. Dingling? It's an interesting theory. That's it. Considering what you propose is impossible, yes, that's it. Mr. Wright. Do you think judges and the defense attorneys get like a bowl of water to drink from there? Where did that third bird come from? Don't worry about it. Magical bird. Yes, Your Honor. As the witness has stated, your hesitation is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there's no way he could go to the scene or be the killer. You've got a point. Seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Yeah, and then he flew off. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he? He did like a little hand gesture that he was moving upwards, but you don't see that. But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of his legal buffet. Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here... And she's right. I can't mess up here. I've got to give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Echo killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it. Time to enlighten us how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright. Yeah, I got an idea here. I'm going to present some evidence. So, what did Mr. Dingling use to commit the crime of murder against Mr. Russell Barry? I don't necessarily. I only have like the. Maybe? I think you should try again, especially before someone gets a chance to say something. Yeah, you're probably right. So as I was saying, this piece of evidence... Stop, wait. I say, before you start over, you must be penalized. Okay, so I guess not. Because it's like the only thing I can point out the bust in. Can't present evidence now. I think we'll finally agree some explanation. Don't push it from Karma. What? You aren't going to suck me in this time. I'm smart enough to know when. I don't have the cards to play and my hand sucks right now. Yes, but actually penalized. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Like, I want to use the picture for him to point out the bust that has been missing. But I don't have, like, the bust as, like, evidence itself, so it's, like, really fucking stupid. I mean, it makes sense when I tell it like this, but the game doesn't have the tools to explain that. It's like, it means that everything has been set up in time, it's all be nonsense. Huh? It's true, right? If you can't establish proof of your murder theory, then it's nonsense. Just trying to fool us by playing some misdirection game. Looks like this isn't going to pass muster. I have to show them evidence. Alright, the box. Oh? Okay, so they do want me to present something. This is Mr. Dingling used to commit the crime of murder against Russell Barry. Oh no, I did have a picture of the bust. Fuck. What's that? A picture? I just kind of forgot I had a picture of the bust altogether. Never mind, I'm stupid. It is indeed. The problem is with the item that is shown in this picture. The bust? It's quite a large bust, and because it is life-size, it's also very, very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee you certain death. Come on, man, you can't lose the hummingbird. What do you mean hummingbird? Especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. See, this is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian collecting his ample bust. Ample bust. Alright. Maybe it's just me, but it just sounds funny. Order. So you're saying that the bust fell onto the Ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were struck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit. How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible. Well, Acro is an acrobat. You should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Bursting out some moves here. Well, Acro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro, you can't run away from things. Ow! How much would I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What? You honor the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand you get a proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony, you say? Karma. She's just using this testimony as a rouse to stop for time. There's absolutely no need for such a testimony. The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. The defense's objection is overruled. Why can't you see things my way once in a while? Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony. The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. Yeah, that woman will sink to any load in the case. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of this bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force with my lower body. Makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the wingmaster's head. No, that was what the box was for. The box was a target. Thus it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? I have no doubts in my regard for this witness's testimony. It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the wingmaster's head. A single false step would have led to an even more severe injury. That's what I was thinking. What's your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? Still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. Gugh. Can't let you get to me. I've got to focus. Have you ever lifted up the bust before? No, I've never actually lifted it up with my own two hands. But I should get to it, don't you think? I can't let money outdo me on this. Money? That crazy monkey has lifted Max's bust before? Please continue with your testimony, Mr. Dingling. So what have you been doing to keep in shape? Well, honestly, I've given up on training. I don't have any plans to return to the trapeze or the tightrope. You don't say. But no offense, I'm not worried about losing to you in the race of anything. Neither am I, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I wouldn't lose either, slowpoke, dummy neck. Whoa. How did the discussion turn into me all of a sudden? I suppose you could say that I'm even stronger than the average bear. Bear, huh? And why is that? Because if I were to do that, I'd end up falling out of the window myself. I still haven't got much feeling back in my legs yet. So I couldn't have thrown that bust out of the window. How long do you think your recovery will take? You have to remember that my nerves are severely damaged. I'm currently undergoing some extremely intensive rehabilitation. It is going to take a while before I'm back to 100%. Let me remind you of another very important point. If the witness was carrying the bust, he would not be able to see below the window. It makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the wingmaster's head. Why do you say it would be impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I wouldn't be able to see out below the window. Just there's no way that I would know the location of the wingmaster's head. Well, I suppose you have a point. Hey, Nick. And if you turn things around, maybe you think of it sort of like this. If you knew the location of the wingmaster's head, then you could drop the bust. That does make sense. If only I could prove somehow. Now Decker knew the location of the wingmaster's head without looking down. I think we've already explained things sufficiently. I think I just present the box on that step. Let's see what this to say here. If all I had to do was drop it, then it wouldn't have been a problem at all. If all I had to do was drop it, you're right, I could have done that. However, there's no way that I could have had a direct hit on the ringmaster's head. So that kind of makes your theory a bit pointless, doesn't it, Mr. Wright? Acro's strong enough to lift up the bus. The main problem is how he could have aimed for the ringmaster's head. Wonder if he used some kind of tool to aim for the ringmaster. That's a ticket, Nick. Show what you got. I have to be careful. I have to find something that fits perfectly with the case. Don't remember us finding any sort of tool. But maybe we overlooked something. Okay, so I think I presented here or on the other one. Acro, you didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add. Objection! You silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting. Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box the victim was found hunched over. The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Who? When Bell and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that bust came falling down, it was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean, if the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that it would miss the head of the victim. No! Order, this is unbelievable. Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going. There's only one way to go from here. Forward. So the next question I have is who placed that wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow! Allow me to whip some sense into you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ow! 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 The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was so specially made. Specially made? Indeed. It all had a most peculiar feature. The weight of the box, the contents of the box, the size of the box. Oh god, I don't know which one I'm pointing out here. This is most... Well, I mean the weight is being pointed out there. The box has a remarkable weight. Wait. According to the court records, it weighed 20 pounds. Just to lift up the wooden box would have required... Oh, I see. One would have to squat down and lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box also has a carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Fool! Doesn't even bother to listen to me anymore. I've heard what you had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza? Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but he could have never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? I remember. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. Hmm? Then what happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. Ah, that means... You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bus from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bus from the cafeteria in my room? The monkey. Of course, you just said that the monkey lifted it before. You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright, explain that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Ah. Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bus from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. This is no place to get perplexed. Gotta get to my wits about it and prove how things happen for once and for all. Alright, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room? Chet, I'm kinda disappointed that we're not cross-referencing the monkey on stand, just like the parrot in the previous game. A monkey? Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size. Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist ring. So, are you saying the witness that the monkey's still the best? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own. And then he brought it back home. Home? Money lives in Acro's room. Chair's squeaking, not like Acro's room? Why are you screaming? But the bus was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record. My, those are some very nice cars he's holding. Yes, and they're made of platinum, which is very shiny. Ah. Acro? Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bus back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. Order, I said order. Miss Von Karma, where is the bus in question at this moment? I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak. It's a rather strange turn of events. But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bus. What would have happened then? Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon. Wait. Hey, you mean this bus was a murder weapon purely by accident? It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought he'd use one of them. Anyways, think you've more than proven one critical fact. Namely that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer. Moron! Mr. Wright's argument was so circular that I'm a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow! Don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And what is that? You should know. You forgot that the fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime. Ah. There was no reason for the doubt to clown's testimony. That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? Nick, don't let her beat you now. I won't. This will be my chance to turn this sprawl around. When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Barry, and the other one was the murderer himself. Also this, and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw? It was the bus, no? He saw Max's Ow! I asked who was the other person most saw on the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with the question. Au contraire, mon frère. Why the fucking French? Contrary, my friend. Au contraire, mon frère. Mon frère? Ugh, I can't put French. It doesn't need have something to do with this question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. It's only French, yeah. Jump scare French. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. Silly, not that I actually know what that French means in that case, huh? Like, I'm not even very good with French, but hey, I still know that. How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust. What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak. There's no reason why you couldn't attach the cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang one of those, would be easy to hang on one of the cards on the bust's hands. Then yet, we're in the right mind, we'd put a cloak on the bust. It doesn't matter who put it on the bust. So wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of utmost importance in this case, don't you agree? Duh, you got me. So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Oh boy. Oh boy. Who put the cloak on the bust? I'm going to say, it's probably the most stupid thing I can think of. He was wearing it when he left the room, because he borrowed it from Max. And somehow during the accident it got stuck on the bust. Because I know how fucking stupid this game series gets. Fool! Him? Are you saying it was the victim himself, Russell Barry? That's what I'm saying. I mean, the victim himself placed the cloak on the bust? Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. What would the right way of putting it be, Mr. Wright? Explain yourself. Nick, do you really have a handle on all this? Don't find Maya. Finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright. So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. What really happened that day, Luigi? Hacker used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the sea. There's the fucking clown music again. Then he attached that rope to the bust. And dangled the bust out of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box. Same time the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the sea. Of course, at the time the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house, when another end of ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Akku took his chance and released the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. The very instant that the bus hit the victim, it's fucking done. I mean, I've seen you just wait a second, damn Mr. Phoenix, right? I was about to say, like, I've seen enough stupid shit happening in Danganronpa that this theory makes perfect sense. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true, it can't be. Still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet. Oh, this is a fucking screenshot. How to make a screenshot with, there we go. What? The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. That impact also caused a certain witness, the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Moe Curls, the clown. When Moe looked out of his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Akron naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Moe saw the bust being raised with the cloak head dangling on it. Primarily because, in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window. So he just kept pulling the bust up. Go again. How many times have we seen this now? And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, it could only have been you. Oh no, he's too calm. Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now. So... what now? You've created us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true? Evidence? In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip. Wait a minute. Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? Nick, they say they want evidence. Which explains how there can only be one possible murder method. But there's still something unusual about Mo eyewitness account. Unusual? Contradiction, actually. Okay then, let's use it and get out of this jam. It's enough talking amongst yourself. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I've been hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case. Not entirely sure what they're pointing at, to be honest. And proof that you've unraveled the magic trick to this case. The broken ball? I don't think the broken ball has anything to do with this. I mean, the note maybe because... who planted it? No. Try again. I will try again. I'm not even sure I'm loading. I could easily do that again. Contradiction, actually. Let's get us out of this jam. What the heck? The problem is Max's three symbols. You know, the cell cat, the cloak, and the white roses. Their symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday there were two contradictions in most testimony. The cell cat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions. Yeah, because the bust already has a hat on it. So that's... oh, why the fuck was the hat found then? You fool, do you ever shut up? Max's cell cat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday. He testified that the criminal criminally saw fleeing the crime scene was wearing a cell cat. There's only one explanation for that. The cell cat that Mo saw was actually the best. Yeah, okay. Makes sense if you look at it in that way. Then he did see the cell cat. Well, sort of.
Objection!
Fine, you got one, but what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Remember what was ventriloquist said in court? He said he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The cloak fell on it inside out or some shit? Clown said there were no roses, no white roses. I'd like to explain, try to explain that one as well. Can you do it, Nick? Of course, I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the incident when the cloak snagged onto the bust. The cloak snagged onto the bust. What happened to the white roses? Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Ah. Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. In this case, it's a bust. Order, order! I like to roll my R's. This is quite a shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads. Soon his neck. That may be from coming if I need to be throwing a towel. No one is concerned though. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research a circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? Should I say something stupid? Go for it. Also, give me a second. Something stuck in my throat. If you did, then maybe you'd understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. This witness feels an incredible depth of gratitude towards the Ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there's absolutely no way someone like this would kill the Ringmaster. I didn't want to kill the Ringmaster. You all know I'd like you to hear Aqua's story. Learn about his relationship with the Ringmaster, and his life up until now. What do we do? There's no doubting that Aqua deeply respected the Ringmaster. Aqua's motive, Seems this case isn't over yet. Very well, however, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now make a 10-minute recess. I guess he wanted to kill Regina instead, because he gave her the note. But Regina is too fucking dumb to read a fucking note, because she's dumb. And she pinned it on top of the bulletin board, and that's how the director got it. Or the Ringmaster, rather. I guess. As revenge for this brother, because we kind of figured out that the lion sneezed and thus bit the brother's head. I guess that's what's going on here. I can't believe it, Acro! It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is, and to think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus, am I that hated? Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did? Psst, psst, cough. But I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know? But you're not, which is kind of the reason why. Cough! Hey, pal! You're going to ignore me after under all this trouble to bring you some evidence? Ah, Detective Gumshoe. Ah, forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways. Now, Detective, I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? We got some real tasty milk. How about the cardboard, Detective? Oh, well, if you insist. And how about that evidence that you mentioned? What is it? There you go. Huh? This was yesterday in Aqua's room? Yep, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later. Will Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this? Ah, fuck her. Should I say something stupid? Go for it. I don't care. If you're saying bullshit, I'll call you out for it. That's why this is all secret. Huh? Look, details are a need-to-know basis. And we're not really allies or anything. X-Milk? Now, it's gotten at the circus, it's probably worse. Probably clown milk or something, don't worry about it. But everything that has happened in Cordoba now is going according to our plan. I don't know, Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things just there. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday our final plans were set into motion. Final plans? Uh-huh. That reminds me, I got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. And this is for me too, pal. I'm out here. Let me turn the light on. Like it's getting dark later again. It's like it used to be getting dark at 4, but now it's like 5 is already getting dark. No, I mean it's not quite dark yet, it's just like the sun is not coming in here anymore, so thanks to shit it's got dark. Yeah. What did he mean by that? The very end part? I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing. Ah, don't scare me like that. Looks like there was a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What? For me? It's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So, hurry up and drink it up before it spoils. An entire dairy's worth of milk for me? What's with the fucking milk all of a sudden? Court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off. I'd like to continue with Aqua's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. Before that, let me investigate this. Best scarf stained with his blood and small quantity of pepper. Yeah. I'd like to continue with Aqua's testimony, starting with his relationship with the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Aqua would have to commit this crime. Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling. Yes, Your Honor. Please proceed with your testimony. Finally we get to the motive. Wait, Nick. Okay. Just do me a favor, don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Gulp. Why is I just milking this brick for all it's worth? I mean, the milk was like not like relevant at all this entire case, and it's like all of a sudden like milk started showing up today in court. Like what? When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the very big circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat about 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. Such a thoughtful young man. I sure heard the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem. You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. The defense has a right to cross-examine the witness. You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive. Very well, Mr. Wright, cross-examine the witness. We? Yes, my brother Sheen and I. What? You have a brother? How old were you when this happened, Acro? I was 8 years old and my brother was 4. Your parents were very cruel, weren't they? Nowadays we aren't bitter about what happened to us, because it allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the very big circus. Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed. It's got a soft spot for sob stories, it looks like. Ow! Sniffle, sniffle. No crying in court, let's keep going. Sniffle, the witness may proceed with his testimony. Man. Excuse the judge for being human. How would you describe your relationship to the ringmaster? He was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother all rolled up into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had. What about the other people at the circus? It was over 15 years ago. Back then there were very few customers coming in. So no one really had the time to look after us. They were worried about other things. She's so mean, yeah. That's probably why people like her. You know. But the ringmaster, he would always come see us with a laugh and smile. A beautiful story. That's why I was always thinking of what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him. Nick, isn't Acro such a wonderful person? I know. Seems like a nice guy. Which is what makes it so difficult. So then how long have you been a performer? Smips. I know what you mean. But that's a good typo. You started off as an acrobat at early of an age. I picked the ringmaster until he finally agreed to let me do it. Ever since then I've been in incredible physical shape. It's also when I decided to form a group with my brother. We call ourselves the Flying Dinglingberry. Dinglingberry? Dingleberry? Oh no. It's a very household name. Even I've heard of them in Germany. Liar. The point is that I wanted to be of some use to the circus. Well, you're a truly remarkable young man. He just keeps looking at Acro with almost like a proud father. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster so that my sole purpose in life. Did you ever have any trouble with the ringmaster? Ow! How could you have such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony. What are heartfelt emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You better think hard. Ow! 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 No matter how you look at it, it's no way I could see the witness after taking the victim's life. What did you just whip there? Anyway, ow. Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with him. I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk. I think that will be enough for now. Pondering whether or not this man would kill the ringmaster leads me to believe that. It's pretty unlikely. Exactly right, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. I would just like to know. Can you prove an explanation as to why Acro would want to ringmaster Dad? Of course I can. Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the Ringmaster is something that can be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the Ringmaster at all. Ow! Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so like foolish fools is so foolhardily foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against his witness, did you not? I believe it was. This is the real killer of Russell Berry, Ringmaster. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things? Acro, you didn't plan to kill the Ringmaster at all, did you? The Ringmaster wasn't your target that night. What did you just say? I'm saying that the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the Ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with. What? Order. Bailiff, I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face. Twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? Ow! Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to this court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else? Yeah, my only bet would be Regina. Regina Berry? This young girl's the Ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro, you were really aiming for her tonight, weren't you?
Objection!
You don't need to answer that. That's a mean-spirited leading question.
Objection!
You could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is, you're wrong. That's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Enough, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Allow me to... Ow! The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself. Huh? And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now. I want to know why Acro wanted to kill Regina Berry. I think I just showed a brother. Yes, me too. I want to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill his young girl. Alright, Mr. Wright. At this point, the only thing that's important is evidence. But it'll be a bluff. You're not going to... Ow! You're not going to fool me, not Mr. Phoenix Wright. So I'm finishing each other's sentences now. No? Must be the special bond between Whipper and between Whipper and Whipped. Patience is a very thing, Mr. Wright. And then it's a note. Acro, you remember this, don't you? I mean, the motive is that his brother is comatose, basically, right now. Or whatever the fuck he was in. I wanted to prove it with that, but no, the proof is that he sent this note, yeah. Acro, you remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that we found inside of the Ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat? Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, To the Murderer. Its purpose was to call someone at the plaza at 10 PM. So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with the note? Yes, but there's just one little problem. Problem? Acro didn't indeed place his note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the Ringmaster. You mean, it wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person in this note was not intended for was no other than Regina Berry. Order. Mr. White, this little theory of yours. It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her. Which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when her father, the Ringmaster, saw the note. That's correct. The Ringmaster ended up in that plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake. Instead of Regina. That's incredible. Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today. Lifting the bus and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out of the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza. Because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. I got it. Acro thought Regina was down in the plaza. And then Sweating let the bus fly. Hey Nick, isn't Regina listening to all of this from the audience? She is, unfortunately. It's only going to get harsher from here. I hope Regina can handle it. Acro wrote this note to Regina.
Objection!
It foolishly foolish fool, it foolishly fool ideas of foolishly tomfoolery. You're so foolish, you even make me sound like a foolhardy fool. Take a shot every time she says the word fool. Holy shit. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you should, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes, what about the line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Barry, it would mean that this note is declaring Regina Barry is a murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What? What did you just say? Insult the fool. The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter. Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that alluded to in the note? The incident 6 months ago. I have no idea, I know all about it. An incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I'm more than ready to show this court what happened at that time. A moron. Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start when it happened 6 months ago. Really, Nick? I think so. Well, then if that's the case, then hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I'd certainly like to know what it is. If I can't answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago actually is... Scarf. What? What is this? This is... Well, kind of figured that I'm trying to get rid of evidence I didn't need anymore. What? I guess it's the pepper then. God damn it. Achoo! 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 Ah! Achoo! Ow! Ow! Achoo! What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix, right? So she's alive to the fool, okay? No, that would be Phoenix, come on now. Like, I'm not sure what Francisca would be, but Phoenix is definitely the fool. This isn't a joke at all. This is the decisive evidence you asked for. What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright, so what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Barry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw. Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you sure, Mr. Phoenix, Wright, and answer this question. Oh boy. Oh boy. Who was Regina Barry's intended victim? Who is this? That's Aqua's younger brother.
Objection!
What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead. Technically, that's true. However, Ben has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how the Aqua could feel that his brother is dead. Regina, she did that to him. Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Aqua's brother, Shandingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into a current comatose state. A lion? Regina, I mean, Miss Regina. I miss Regina Barry's an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in a position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand that command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that, it's just not in her. So then what happened to Aqua's brother? He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident. I see. Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with the theory. Do you think that what happened to Bet was actually an accident? It's more than that. The lion biting Bet was no accident at all. What? You're really such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There was no way that Regina would ever incite a lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Aqua's brother, Bet. Well, it's this or nothing. That's just a scarf. Acro. The scarf is something that Bet used to wear, correct? Yeah. That's right. And who's the one who gave this scarf to Bet? Regina gave it to him. Regina? There's something more than just blood on the scarf, Your Honor. And what might that be? Pepper. Pepper? Pepper. Regina gave the scarf to Bet right before the accident. And she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Silence. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? He's getting pecked by a bird, look at that. Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You have done a good job of fingering a criminal. What? Fingering a criminal? What do you mean? But out of curiosity, what was the crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bet as a present? Where's the crime in that? Still seems like it just doesn't get it. Mr. Phoenix Wright, wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Smiling? The lion was smiling? Right before Bet was bit by the lion. For a moment the lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling. Lions smile? I've never heard of them smiling. However... Lions sneeze. What? Leon wasn't trying to bite Bet at all. In reality, he actually did. All he actually did was sneeze. How could you sneeze, man? He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. What? You fool! You've got to be kidding me.
Objection!
What's the matter, Miss Fonkama? I object, for objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, this fairy, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how a joke of an accident actually happened? Of course I do, it's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bet lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke as you put it. Which is why you try to get revenge against Regina. You foolish idiot. It almost does seem like a terrible joke. But how did it not affect Bud himself, so it was... Yeah, I'm kind of wondering about that as well, really. I mean, I guess the lion's nose is more sensitive than the humans. Like, I guess some nonsense like that, maybe? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. Do you think that there is someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves? Are you telling me that what I said was true? Acro? You don't mean... You can't mean. Witness. Are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, unfortunately your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the line. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there was an even bigger problem with your theory. What would that problem be? The same problem it's always been, evidence. If I drop Max bust on the top of the ringmaster. Where is the evidence that proves their claim? Yeah. You mean the conclusive evidence? The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof to be precise. The murder weapon. The bust that the defense claims was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes. Yes, it would be. The bust. Nick, you gotta do something. I have no idea where the fuck it is. This is the last step. If I get this one right, this case is won. Let's see how things work out first. Request to search Acro's room. The defense requests to search the room of the witness, Ken Dingling. What is it now? Looks like you still haven't figured things out, have you? But now you must know the meaning of von Karma Total Justice. You mean... Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday. What did you find? There's no reason to even say it. We found what you think we found in that room. Acro will not be here as a witness. But the point on it, Max's bus was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright, the bus wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise. And we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this. Huh. Looks like I like the final little bit in my coffin. But, what about the scarf? What about the note? What about it, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Ah, do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. The bus, where is it now? Where is the bus right now? You're Phoenix Wright, you know where the bus is, I'm sure you do. It's not even a single clue, how am I supposed to know where the bus is? Seems this case is coming to a close. The defense's counter-argument looks to have fallen short. Thank you for your support. Ach. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings us to an end of the cross-examination of this witness. I think I have an idea, actually. Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare and present its case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue. I flubbed it. What? What? We need time to do what? Ow! Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she? Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? Why are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Hey, wait. You can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives on the line, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If you don't, we're certain to lose. Chat. I'm going to say the most stupid thing, but like the bus is hidden under a wheelchair or some nonsense, isn't it? Very well, the defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding anyone anytime soon. Fucking the tightrope of logic, some will follow room for a false step. Sink or swim, the only way is forward. The murder weapon! Where is Max's bust now? Somewhere in his courtroom. It's obvious, the bust is inside this very courtroom. It's obviously where? Under the judge's desk. Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and for all. This is such a stretch though, because you've got like no fucking evidence for this whatsoever. It's just because I'm thinking like, huh, he's sitting in a wheelchair, he can like hide it by putting a blanket over his legs. I'm sorry to ask you this, but do you mind if I take a blanket off your wheelchair? Like, this is such a fucking leap. I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me that it would be really easy to say, let's say, hide a bust under there. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bus is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have all been over. Which is why you had to hide it, in the only place that you could hide it. Under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove that blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. White. Masterfully played. Wheelchairs don't actually have much space in real life to put shit on, do they? Well, not the ones that I've seen, at least. You fool! How could you? You got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, two of them. Two of them? Miss Francisca from Karma, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? This is one thing I'd like to know. How did she know to launch a surprise search on my room last night? There are two pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burnt the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try to hide the bust. Could have another basket. Yeah, like I'm not really well versed in types of wheelchairs. To be fair, the ones I've seen the most were the ones at the hospital, so yeah, they don't really have anything under that, but like, yeah, it's not hard to imagine it could be like something under there. Though I guess I'd have to be blocked off at the backside, because otherwise you could still see it right now, right? And the only place I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by a calculated strategy. And I had to be caught in the middle of court hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. It all makes sense now. Can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't. I can't believe it! Me! Make a mistake? Why did I order a surprise search of your room, if I only hadn't done that? Seems we finally arrived at the truth. Acro. Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of the Berrybuck Circus, Mr. Russellberry? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Acro. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he teased her. One day my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard, you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it would be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen, I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believes that in that so purely. That she would love innocently and not saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's why you decided to do something about Regina. How dreadful. So are you saying that you are a victim in all of this as well? No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first I thought I'd kill myself, then upon giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't, not yet. And that's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet. This has been such a strange case. Almost a reflection of the circus itself. I'm an idiot! I can't believe it! You beat me! Again! I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus I'd like to declare my verdict. Well, Max is not guilty, that is. Surprised we never got to see his or Regina's reaction whatsoever in this. Like, they're just like in a peanut gallery, but they don't matter at all, huh? The court is adjourned. The court is adjourned. I got nulty. 1.5 hours again, that's pretty good. Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about all this. Acro, the ringmaster, Regina and Bat. Not a single one of them is a bad person inside, huh? And that's a good question, and I don't know the answer to. Many congrats, but only a max. 1 million of them. Thank you. What's with the vibe in this room? We're just thinking about Acro. No. If you would worry about people too much, then you'll never be like... then you'll forever be like this, and you'll never be happy. Huh? She's been like this for a while now. It's all my fault. Sweetie pie. Bat and Acro, they're never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up. Regina. Mr. White, tell me something. What do you want to know, Regina? Acro said something right at the end. You screwed up and leave yet. Does that mean that Acro is gonna try and get his revenge on me? I don't think he is. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina. Are you sure? Are you really sure? Can I believe that? Yep, Acro doesn't have a desire for revenge anymore. If that's true, then I want to see some evidence. Huh? I want to know you're not just making up all this stuff because Acro not wanting revenge. So the fuck if I know? Hey, I have my defense attorney badge. So what about this? Now do you understand there's no need to worry? Huh. You were lying to me! No one ever tells me the truth. No one ever tells me what's going on. No, looks like I made a mistake with that one. Poor Regina. Hey, Max. Oh, what is it, Mo? We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? Hold on, chat. I'm going to quickly check the guide to see what they actually wanted me to present there. Part 4-2. Present Bat's profile. Bat is still alive and Echo didn't want to get caught because he wanted to see Bat open his eyes again. Regina now promises to stay by Bat's side and the very day opens his eyes again. Okay. Fair enough. Try and fail, do it again. Nah. I don't care enough about the circus. Sorry about what happened. So, whenever you like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract. I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now? That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision. What is it? I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. And I'll turn the circus into the best circus this world has ever seen. The best circus the world has ever seen? Don't laugh. It's quite a goal. Yay, I can't wait. And then I guess that changes things. Huh? There's only one thing the best circus in the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Max. Let's work together and make a circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy? You've earned it, big boy. I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Regina, you're going to help them out too, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me. What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think I brought you to court today? To make her cry. We've got to work together to make very big circus bigger than it's ever been. Whoa. Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the very big circus without Regina Berry. Max. Nick. Seems like everything is going to turn out alright here. I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen. Stop throwing cards at me, you cunt! We'll save you the most fabulous seats! It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order special whoopee cushion seats. God damn it. And that's how it all ends, with the clown laughing. Why is Billy Bob such a cunt? Well... I see what made the case. Yesterday's surprise raid really paid off just like I said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you? It was just a theory. If Acro really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Hello, the Joker to counter it. Especially if he was a defense attorney. You mean, Mr. Wright? Oh shit, it's Edgeworth. Of course, well detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need not to worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back. Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth. Edgeworth is back in town. Brand new episode has been added. Yeah, Billy Bob sure is a flamboyant guy. That's all I'll say about that. Alright, let's see the little preview for this, I guess. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Who will be this year's Grand Prix champion? Who will be our hero of heroes? Gilgamesh, of course. What are you talking about? What the fuck? Will it be last year's runner-up Jamming Ninja? Or maybe Captain Saipan all the way from the lovely tropical island of Saipan? Let's see the students of a certain starry school are ready to go. And the global hero Yankopon doesn't want to go home without a prize. He looks like a fucking pillar man. He looks like fucking AC/DC. And the winner of the third annual Hero of Heroes Grand Prix is me. Still samurai? What the fuck is this? Oh, for fuck's sake. Whoa, the true hero of the night is a bit in the midst. Oh my god, not this shit again. Looks like this year's Heroes Grand Prix goes to this fantastic warrior. To Nickel Samurai! Oh, fuck off. Too bad, Gemma Ninja. Looks like the title eluded you again this year. What the fuck does this have to do with the murder case? What is this nonsense? Oh, Gates Water Hotel? No, no, not again this fucking hotel. No. Oh. Oh. Alright, I'll be in a lot of pain for the next stream, it seems. Okay. Alright. I have a nickel for every ninja that appeared in the saves out of 2 nickels. It wouldn't be a lot, but it certainly would be weird. It happened 2 times. Yeah, we'll figure out whatever fucking nonsense that is about next time. You'll be fine, don't worry about it. Maybe. But alright, thank you all for watching the conclusion of Big Top. Next time I stream this, we'll be starting this one. Which I think is the last case of this game. So, that's good, that's good. But yeah, thank you for watching and I'll catch you next time.